I was a child in a very abusive household, so all my memories are trauma. I don't think there's ever a time that I have wanted to be on this planet. Suicide has been with me from the very beginning, and I never really acted on it until the second grade. The best therapist I've ever had. He taught me that you lose who you are when you are a child and you go through this kind of abuse. You lose who you are. I would love to see that I could make those connections again and rediscover that little girl and who she might have been. I have so much love to give. I would love to do for another human being what wasn't done for me.
Bendable started out of a desire to try to support the nascent psilocybin industry popping up in Oregon.
What was being left out that no one was picking up was how to make this accessible.
We're having a conversation about how unfortunate it was that psilocybin was going to quickly become inaccessible. The average community members in Oregon are not going to be able to afford the price of a session, due to health insurance doesn't cover it. It is costly because of the amount of time and effort that goes into it. So we could start a nonprofit that could support scholarships and help people access psilocybin in an affordable way.
Picking out intentions is really hard when you've got a lifetime of garbage to sort through, for lack of a better term. Chosen the word freedom. Freedom from the pain, but I've chosen, sorry, this has been hard. A second term is connectivity, because I have lived a life of isolation. Those are my intentions, to put connectivity and have freedom from all the chains that hold me bound. I'd love to see us all flower. My daughter and myself just find a link.
One of the powers in the medicine is that it presents those things to us that we don't want to see, and then it is up to us to turn towards them. To move towards something that's really tender and powerful and overwhelming intentionally goes against our safety and well-being. And that's why having a guide can be helpful, to say that that is okay, that this is the work. Sometimes coming in contact with those challenging things and moving through them is where the healing happens. And that means coming in contact with some intense thoughts, feelings, emotions, memories. When you're in that space, the wisdom is to turn towards it. Anytime that we resist what is happening, kind of the outcome is suffering. So just because it's challenging doesn't mean it's bad. During your experience, there was a lot of judgment you had about yourself and whether you're doing it right.
Yesterday, I was just so locked in darkness, and I kept, holding those intentions about breaking the bonds and, having freedom. I wanted you to know what a difference you made on that journey and what a difference you're making now, because I knew you were there. I had this invisible thread, some silver thread to you that was there.
The process of uncovering and resolution and integration is not predictable. It's a beginning of a new process, and that unfolds on its own direction and timing.
I'm going to be unpacking a lot of things here, but I think I feel not hopeless going forward. For the first time, I see a spark of brightness, and I'm really glad for that. Life has its lessons, and it has its way of teaching, and I'm just trying to be open to that. Would I have wanted the brass ring? Of course. But no, I'm not giving up, and without this experience, I wouldn't be where I am
to move onward and hopefully forward and upward and see those intentions realized, because I have a sense they will be.